In computer and computer networks, an attack is any attempt to destroy, expose, alter, disable, steal or gain unauthorized access to or make unauthorized use of an asset. Definitions. IETF equals, Internet Engineering Task Force defines attack in RFC 2828 as, an assault on system security that derives from an intelligent threat, that is, an intelligent act that is a deliberate attempt to evade security services and violate the security policy of a system. U.S. Government equals, CNSS Instruction Number 4009 dated April 26, 2010 by Committee on National Security Systems of United States of America defines an attack as, any kind of malicious activity that attempts to collect, disrupt, deny, degrade, or destroy information system resources or the information itself. The increasing dependencies of modern society on information and computers networks has led to new terms like cyber attack and cyberwarfare. CNSS Instruction Number 4009 defines a cyber attack as, an attack, via cyberspace, targeting an enterprise unregistered trademark's use of cyberspace for the purpose of disrupting, disabling, destroying, or maliciously controlling a computing environment infrastructure, or destroying the integrity of the data or stealing controlled information. Types of attack. An attack can be active or passive. An active attack attempts to alter system resources or affect their operation. A passive attack attempts to learn or make use of information from the system but does not affect system resources. An attack can be perpetrated by an insider or from outside the organization. An inside attack is an attack initiated by an entity inside the security perimeter, that is, an entity that is authorized to access system resources but uses them in a way not approved by those who granted the authorization. An outside attack is initiated from outside the perimeter, by an unauthorized or illegitimate user of the system. In the Internet, potential outside attackers range from amateur pranksters to organized criminals, international terrorists, and hostile governments. The term attack relates to some other basic security terms as shown in the following diagram. An attack, counter a system resource, that is, a threat action measure target of the attack, attacker, agent or active attack VVV, threat consequences, A resource, called an asset, can have one or more vulnerabilities that can be exploited by a threat agent in a threat action. The result can potentially compromises the confidentiality, integrity or availability properties of resources of the organization and others involved parties. The so-called CIA triad is the basis of information security. The attack can be active when it attempts to alter system resources or affect their operation, so it compromises integrity or availability. A passive attack attempts to learn or make use of information from the system but does not affect system resources, so it compromises confidentiality. A threat is a potential for violation of security, which exists when there is a circumstance, capability, action, or event that could breach security and cause harm. That is, a threat is a possible danger that might exploit a vulnerability. A threat can be either intentional, or accidental. A set of policies concerned with information security management, the Information Security Management Systems, has been developed to manage, according to risk management principles, the countermeasures in order to accomplish a security strategy set up following rules and regulations applicable in a country. An attack should lead to a security incident that is a security event that involves a security violation. In other words, a security-relevant system event in which the system's security policy is disobeyed or otherwise breached. The overall picture represents the risk factors of the risk scenario. An organization should make steps to detect, classify and manage security incidents. The first logical step is to set up an incident response plan and eventually a computer emergency response team. In order to detect attacks, a number of countermeasures can be set up at organizational, procedural and technical levels. Computer Emergency Response Team, Information Technology Security Audit and Intrusion Detection System are example of these. Types of attacks. An attack usually is perpetrated by someone with bad intentions, Black-hatted attacks falls in this category, while other perform penetration testing on an organization information system to find out if all foreseen controls are in place. The attacks can be classified according to their origin, that is if it is conducted using one or more computers, in the last case is called a distributed attack. Botnets are used to conduct distributed attacks. Other classifications are according to the procedures used or the type of vulnerabilities exploited. Attacks can be concentrated on network mechanisms or host features. Some attacks are physical, that is theft or damage of computers and other equipment. Others are attempts to force changes in the logic used by computers or network protocols in order to achieve unforeseen result but useful for the attacker. Software used for logical attacks on computers is called malware. The following is a partial short list of attacks: passive, network, wiretapping, port scanner, idle scan. Active, denial of service attack, spoofing, network, man in the middle, ARP poisoning, ping flood, ping of death, Smurf attack. Host, buffer overflow, heap overflow, stack overflow, format string attack. Consequence of a potential attack: a whole industry is working trying to minimize the likelihood and the consequence of an information attack. For a partial list, look at category, computer security software companies. They offer different products and services, aimed at, study all possible attacks category, publish books and articles about the subject, discovering vulnerabilities, evaluating the risks, fixing vulnerabilities, invent, design and deploy countermeasures, set up contingency plan in order to be ready to respond. Many organizations are trying to classify vulnerability and their consequence. The most famous vulnerability database is the Common Vulnerabilities and Exposures. The computer emergency response teams were set up by government and large organization to handle computer security incidents. See also: Asset, Common Vulnerabilities and Exposures, Computer Emergency Response Team, Computer Insecurity, Computer Security, Contingency Plan, Countermeasure, Exploit, Factor Analysis of Information Risk, Hacking, The Art of Exploitation 2nd edition, Internet Engineering Task Force, Information Technology Security Audit, Information Security, Intrusion Detection System, IT Risk, Metasploit, Month of Bugs, National Information Assurance Glossary, Penetration Test, Risk Factor, Security Control, Security Service, Threat, Vulnerability, Vulnerability Management, W3ARF. References: free download of ISO IEC 27000-2009 from ISO, via their ITTF website. ABCDE Internet Engineering Task Force RFC 2828 Internet Security Glossary, ABCNSS Instruction Number 4009 dated April 26, 2010, Cortada, James W. The Digital Hand, How Computers Changed the Work of American Manufacturing, Transportation, and Retail Industries. USA, Oxford University Press. Pages 512. ISBN 0-19-516588-8. Cortada, James W. The Digital Hand, Volume 2, How Computers Changed the Work of American Financial, Telecommunications, Media, and Entertainment Industries. USA, Oxford University Press. ISBN 978-0-19-516587-6. Cortada, James W. The Digital Hand, Vol. 3, How Computers Changed the Work of American Public Sector Industries. USA, Oxford University Press. Pages 496. ISBN 978-0-19-516586-9. Wright, Joe. Jim Harmoning. 15 inches. Inbacker, John. Computer and Information Security Handbook. Morgan Kaufman Publications. Elsevier Incorporated, pages 257. ISBN 978-0-12-374354-1. ISACA The Riskit Framework, isaka.org. Caballero, Albert. 14 inches. Invaca, John. Computer and Information Security Handbook. Morgan Kaufman Publications. Elsevier Incorporated, pages 225. ISBN 978-0-12-374354-1. External links: Termin Physmapedia. Sinai, M.G., Isnin, I.F., and Bakhtiari, M. Performance Evaluation of Routing Protocol on AODV and DSR under Wormhole Attack. International Journal of Computer Networks and Communications Security, Volume 1, Issue 1, ISSN 2308-9830.